comes to, let's say, you looking at the past 2 months and you going through the exercise of you writing a personal statement based on the past 2 months, I don't know if you've thought about this, but we clearly know that this is going to be the source material for a lot of essays.
Oh, yeah.
I know before you were talking about, you have your list of like things to not write about that everyone's writing about. And it's like, how does someone not write about this?
The first thing I want to say to students is like, it's okay to write about this if you want to write about it. And this is not coming from not just me, but like I did a webinar with Rick Clark, who's the director of admission at Georgia Tech, and he said, how could they not write about it? How could students not write about this?
Right.
So I want to give you permission to write about it if this is something that you feel like is your story, but with a few caveats. Number one, the Common App just yesterday, so this is, 24 hours ago, released a 250-word spot on their application that basically asks, how did you spend the pandemic? Is there anything you want to tell us? And so the first question I would ask a student is it something that you feel like you could get into 250 words? Because if so, there's a spot for that. Second thing I'll ask is, when I think about it, students are either writing about a challenge in their life and how they overcame it, or they are not writing about a challenge. They're writing about anything else, right? And for students who are writing about a challenge and they're considering writing about what happened with, what they've been doing during the pandemic, the question I would ask is, does this feel like your deepest story? And by deepest story, I mean, like, is this what colleges want to know is what are the values, the skills, the qualities, your interests that you're going to contribute to the college campus? Do you feel like describing what happened during the pandemic is the best way for you to describe that? And if so, then go for it. And so then we're in the territory of what I call a montage essay. A montage essay is basically finding another topic. I can give examples if we want, but finding another template based on something that you love or know a lot about, something that, you're interested in potentially doing in the future, and finding ways to show different sides of yourself, and then making your coronavirus experience one chapter in that story. And just another tip for those students who are wanting to write about the pandemic, two thoughts. One is that it's going to be probably a somewhat common topic. And if it's going to be a common topic, you're going to want to make some uncommon connections. And you can probably guess what other students are going to say about their pandemic experience, and there's some general language that we can use about that. But just to give a kind of an analogous example, if you were writing about sports, we're probably going to talk about discipline, hard work, and perseverance. And that's going to make for kind of a boring sports essay. So what the exercise I ask students to go through is like, try and envision what the typical pandemic essay is going to sound like, which might be a little bit hard, but it's kind of a good mental exercise. And then don't say that. And then the last tip I'll give about that is, in terms of how you want to structure that, the first part of it should be on the challenge, but really most of the essay should be about what you've done and what you've learned through the experience.